Hello, it's the Rainy Duck here again, and today I've got two replays for you in the HMH Super Sherman, the Tier 8 French medium tank. Now, as the title says, these are my third mark games. I think I ended up having sort of on the road to marking this sort of 3 or 4 really good ace tankers in a row. Now this is sort of, I can't remember if it's a game directly before my third mark or it might be sort of one before that, and then the second replay will be the one when I actually achieved the third mark. Now, as you can see, today I'm platooned with my good friend Swindle, and we're on the Platoon map. Now this tank, it was one of the original 390 Alpha medium tanks. Now at the time it was really like decent, just because it was it was new. You know, you didn't really have that sort of 390 Alpha medium tanks back then as the premiums, but nowadays there's quite a few different options, which I would say is better. Like the Type 592 would be in my opinion, much better than this tank. The gun, I just think performs better. Although, you know, the APCR rounds on this tank, they are still decent, right? They have great velocity, and it is nice. It still is nice having that 390 Alpha, although you do generally, more often than not, sort of low roll, as I've just high rolled there on the T97. But yeah, that's enough about this tank. It's on to the replay. As you say, I'm relatively close to free marking it, so that's sort of going to be in my mindset. So I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy to take too many risks, because I don't want to just throw my tank away unnecessarily. This is on this particular spawn. Quite often I find I like to come down to this area at the start, because as you say, you can pick up some shots and the guys sort of camping there spawn trying to use the ridge down the bottom if they get lit up. I've already sort of picked up 1,600 damage, which is, it just makes the start of the game quite nice. But now I've got to the point where I can quite clearly see that the majority of the enemy team are now sort of pushing the other ramp sort of closer to our spawn. So I'm thinking I might as well just pull back to this ridge. I'm still basically on our side of the map and our spawn, which quite often happens in this sort of spawn type, and it comes quite often to end up being a little bit of a campfest at the start of the game, just between my ridge and sort of their ridge line they have on their side. As you say, Swindle's in the T77. He's just actually sort of pushed into sort of the middle main building, trying to pick up shots across there, which is a position I quite often use myself. But like I say, in this scenario, I've got shots available to me. I'm on my route to marking this tank. There's no real reason for me to move anywhere, right? I've got shots. My only concern is, as you could see earlier, the artillery is shooting at me, which with this tank not having that much armour, it is something which I'm concerned about. If he hits me, he's going to ruin my game pretty quickly. But it's kind of risk or reward right now. Shots are available to me, so I'm sitting here thinking I might get shot by artillery, but also I've got shots presented to me, so I'm just taking that gamble and trying to keep moving a little bit, just so it's not so easy for him to shoot me. At the moment this is looking pretty comfortable, so we're 11 kills up to their 9, but it does get a little bit more hairy towards the end of the battle. But yeah, as you say, I'm having a fairly decent game so far. I'm on 3k damage, almost 300 assistance, but it's at this point sort of Swindle's saying to me he's in a little bit of a predicament, because they're now rushing into him, and he's in the T77 heavy, which is great. Like, it can pick up a lot of damage quickly with its 3-shot autoloader, but obviously once he's reloaded, he's kind of relying on support from his team to stop them pushing into him. Unfortunately, it looks like they're just kind of full sending on him right now, which is making it awkward. I'm trying to reposition to see if I can get shots when they come round but I can't quite manage it because this T77's popped up. He put a shot into me, I missed his second shot, and I realised he was a 1, so I decided, look, I'm going to risk taking a third shot and just try and kill him, but luckily I don't take that third shot of damage and I do take him out of the game. As you say, the Ragnarok's just taking out Swindle there. It's unfortunate, there wasn't a lot he could have done, unfortunately, in that scenario. Him being there kind of allowed me to get quite a lot of damage out, which has been quite nice. Now at this point, I'm already moving up now. I'm on 4k damage, 300 assistance, so it's been a right game. If we die here now, at least I'm going to move up on my mark, but I want to try and win the game. I don't want to let, if I can win the game, I will want to win the game. And there's a lot of one shots, so although we're down 2 tanks, I'm thinking if I can just take out a few of these one shots now, it's possible. The Ragnarok, he's a big threat. Now that T77, which I just spotted over there, he's another pleb member. It's just worth pointing out, he actually has a really good game himself here. So we'll see that when it comes to the scoreboard at the end, but he actually does pick up quite a nice little game. Now, I'm on 4k damage, but I've been on 4k damage for quite some time, and I feel like I've been a little bit unlucky with a few of the shots, which this game could have been more than it was. Like, for example, over there, I shot at the Stone Cold. I tried to hit his lower plate, unfortunately went a little bit high. I think I did track him, so I picked up a bit more tracking assistance. There was a few earlier shots, like that one there, like the Ragnarok, that ended up just tracking him and not penning him. That was unfortunate. It was like sort of 3 or 4 shots where I could have done more damage, but I didn't. But it's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. You just got to keep playing and try and get the most out of the games you can. Now this T92 Light Tank coming behind me, he's someone I've got to deal with, right? I can't let him be coming around there because he's got good DPM, but boom, artillery takes him out before I manage to get my shot in. Unfortunately our artillery then gets shut down, but at this point now I'm feeling a lot more confident now. It's a 3 versus 3, and I can notice that that Carnarvon is a 1 shot. Now I'm thinking to myself, I can't be sitting here anymore, I've got to get into the game now. Fortunately for me, I've managed to keep most of my hit points to the end of the game, and if that does happen, it just makes life so much easier, because I know now that I can just push in, take a shot off of that Carnarvon and take him out, even if I need to trade 1 shot. My only concern is he is platooned with that T77, and there you go, I spotted him there. Now I decided to move over to the other side because he can't then shoot me unless he really overextends, which allows me to take out the Carnarvon there. Now at this point I'm feeling very confident now. All I need to do is just be a bit careful. I can probably almost get away with taking the clip potentially, but there is artillery in the game as well, so we don't want to do anything too stupid. I'm going to poke around here thinking I'll probably light him, he'll probably shoot me, but if I can get just 1 shot in for his 1, with my hit points advantage, I'm happy to do that. Unfortunately he does hit me and I don't damage him, so it didn't work out how I wanted it. But I can see now our green medium is coming basically behind him, which means he's going to have to react. So I decide I'm pushing in, because whatever happens, if he decides to focus me and clip me, my other greenie's then going to kill him on his reload, or vice versa. He turns for our greenie, and that allows me then to just push in, feeling confident that I'm just going to catch him unaware and take him out. Or either way, if he would have shot his shots, I'll probably catch him in the reload. But I've moved around here, I can see him here. There you go, he's taken out. The artillery gets taken out at the same time. And all that's left for this replay is to go to the results screen. So you can say I picked up 4 kills, 4,600 damage, 500 assistance, ace tanker, and as you can see on the other team there, our T77 and the other plebs did 6,000 damage, so he had a pretty good game as itself. But that's it for this replay, and I will see you in a bit. Hello, so we're back again. on the final replay of the video, and this one is the third mark game. Now, at this point, I think I'm on like 94.80. So I really don't need a lot to free mark this tank now. I probably need like a 3,200, and I imagine I'd mark it. So I'm saying this to Swindle right at the start of this game. I'm saying, look, I don't need a lot to mark this tank. I'm just going to play careful. Try not to overthink it, and just get that amount of damage which I need, and then I'll just get this over the line. Because the last thing you want to do when you get this close, which does sometimes happen, is you get too eager and then you end up dropping, and you're like, oh, it's so frustrating when you're that close to just getting over the line. So I'm in two minds right now. Like, Swindle's telling me that if it was him, he would go to like the H sort of 4 region spot to cross, and I'm on two minds to do that. I'm sort of thinking, do I go there? Because one thing I'm thinking, I will, but then I'm thinking, what if artillery hits me? But then the way their team sort of position and full send over there, I'm worried about getting lit on the cross and just dying for nothing. So I decide that I will go to this position, and as it worked out, it was actually the right thing to do. So I managed to pick up a shot damage into that Polish medium tank, which overextended, but I also managed to get the track, so I picked up another sort of just shy of 300 damage. So that's a really good start. That's what you want. The first shot of the game, almost 600 combined from that, so that's a really nice start. So yeah, right now there's shots in front of me, which is brilliant. All what I need to be a little bit careful of is the artillery, because sometimes if the artillery positions itself in the right position, he can actually shoot you here, but it does kind of depend where the artillery positions itself to where he will be able to get the shots. But generally speaking, this is where they would normally pre-aim at the start, but as it worked out, I managed to, that doesn't seem to be happening, so that's working out quite nicely for me. As you say, my team's already pushed over, so they're lighting things up, which is just really nice for me, because it allows me to just extend, just aim my shot, hit a shot right there, get a shot in, pull back so we're safe, wait for my reload, get another shot in. And that's all what I'm trying to do is just, I don't need a spectacular game, so I'm just trying to pick up shots where I can, not taking like massive gambles, because I really don't need to. And where, you know, as you can see on the other side of the map now, Swindle he's pushing right round, he's pushing the pace of this game, and it's actually going to force the enemy team now, because they're kind of pincered, and it's going to push them out into the open, which really works out quite nicely for me, because the enemy team's surrounded. We've crossed the bridge. No, they've pushed round sort of the left hand flank. They're stuck, and as you see, this light tank's trying to run, allow me to put a shot into him, and already I'm up to 2.5k combined, so I'm really not that far away now. I need to get sort of 3 or 4 more shots, and then I would have confirmed the free mark. So I managed to shut down their Trailblazer there, trying to cross, which is really nice, because that is quite a powerful tank. As at this point, I'm picking up little shots which are just surrounded. Now, as at this point in the game, I'm thinking to myself, right, I've got to move now. That's all I'm getting from that scenario. Now, I start heading to go to the base to get to get some more damage in, but then I realised, look, there's no way I'm going to get ahead of my tanks pushing into the base. So whatever damage is visible to them, they're going to take before I get there. So I've decided that I need to cut straight through and go through the middle, because that's my best opportunity to get damage. And that's something you always need to be thinking about when you're going for those free marks. Where do I need to go to get my damage now? How do I stay ahead of my team? Because that's what you need to do. You stay ahead of your team, you get the damage first. So I looked at the map, I looked at the positions where everyone was, and I was like, right, my best opportunity is to go through the middle. And as luck would have it, I come round and I see all their sort of remainder of their team, or most of the remainder of the team, sort of camping in the ridge lines on the right hand side of the map. So this is great now. I've seen all these, I'm on full health, I'm thinking, right, the 3 marks in the bag, let's just get the most damage out of this as we can, and that's what we want to see, right? A Tiger 1 on full health when we come around the corner. Easy pens, lots of hit points, and you know, at this point 3,600 damage, 600 assistance. I've marked it, I spot this VK. Now the one thing about this tank, although the APCR rounds are really nice in the sense that they have great velocity, the only lacking part is they do have very low penetration. So I am going to struggle with that VK. Even the lower plate sometimes I might bounce with the APCR rounds if he's at a difficult angle for me. So I'll swap to my heat shells so I can make light work of him. I don't know what he's doing there. He's sort of panicking and turning himself in front of all the tanks, making it quite easy for me to take him out. As you say, now this game's pretty much come to an end. I've already got to 4,670 damage, 667 assistance, and this is about it really. So I'm more than confident this is going to free mark the tank for me. I only needed 0.020 to complete it. As you say, I picked up 3 kills, just shy of 4,700 damage. It's been a really nice game, right? Most kills, most damage, most assistance. I also made a lot of credits there, 266,000 credits. I think I had times 1.5 silver boosts on while I was grinding this, because like I say, you really don't fire any heat rounds generally in this because the APCR rounds are so nice. But yeah, that's it guys. You know, high caliber, ace tanker, third mark secured, and that's it really for this replay. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'm looking forward again to making more videos for you. Happy tanking.